happy people, it's Tracy Reed here today with the very first video in my gratitude album for 2019. And I am working, this first little bit is I created a little pull-out pocket sort of thing on the cover of my my blah 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 my album. And so I'm creating a little photo booth strip to stick down in that pocket. Man, my brain is not functioning. I apologize in advance. So I'm just creating a little collage, nothing too fancy because it does need to be able to pull in and out of that pocket without too much trouble, so I can't add any, chipboard or anything. And I'm using the Cocoa Daisy Memphis Season collection, and I wanted to incorporate this large photo that we took at the tree farm when we were getting our Christmas photos taken at the beginning of November, and I wanted it to be the first photo in the album because of course I'm grateful for my family first and foremost. So the rest of the album, I'm actually not going to care what order they go in. It doesn't have to be, this was Tuesday the 3rd, so I'm going to put this on the 3rd day of the album. Nope, I'm going to stick them where they fit. So I just created a fold out. I'm on a kick lately. I'm sorry. It's mini album season, ladies and gentlemen, if there's gentlemen out there. And so there's a lot of flips. But I wanted to include this whole photo, and I wanted it big, and I didn't want it to go across the pages because then you have all those holes, and I did that once and it went straight through my eyebrow, so it did not work. So the little photo flip works, and because it's not divided completely in half, since I chose to do it on the side of Finn and I, or our faces, you can see Karsten peeking out around the edge of it, and so it kind of informs you that yes, there is something underneath there. So I backed it with some pattern paper, and I'm trying to decide what cards I want to include or where I want to journal. I'm going to include this cork right here and these fun vellum leaves, and I have to use liquid glue for those leaves, which makes them a little bit curly, but I get it to work. Yep. I'm going to keep this album fairly simple. Now, you know me, that doesn't mean it's going to be actually simple, but it's going to be simple for me, and I will not be journaling for the photos and on camera, just because some stuff at some point may be a little bit sensitive for me. I don't normally censor my journaling, but this album always kind of lends itself to more deep reflection, and I'm just preemptively going to say I'm not going to be including the actual journaling in the photos and the album, just in case. Who knows? I'm sure that it will be there for the flip through at the end, so if you want to pause and read my very boring journaling, it'll be there, I'm sure. But for the photos and the album itself, everything's going to be blank. Anyway, I did not know what to do with the top of this Traveler's Notebook page, and I've actually been looking through my old Traveler's Notebooks that had multiple sized inserts on them, and I loved them, and so I just hacked off the top, and I'm going to make it work with the rest of the album just fine. Hacked off the bottom too. So now we've got a sort of little flip out photo rather than an entire Traveler's Notebook page. So that's gonna mean though is that I'm gonna have to make sure that whatever I put on the next page, I'm gonna have to make sure works with this page and vice versa. So I'm going to skip that one for the moment because I have this photos of the fall leaves that are actually I laminated, and you can see that process on my Instagram TV. I laminated these leaves, and I'm happy to say that though these lost a little bit of color, the red ones that I also laminated that you kind of briefly saw for a second there are still red, and they're still going strong, and I actually don't mind the sort of yellowy brown feel of these leaves because it matches the photo really well. I wanted to incorporate some of the gold leaves in on this page just to add a little bit of extra flair, so I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that, but I'm struggling a bit. Making sure that my adhesive goes over the leaf rather than over the clear part so you can't see the adhesive on the back. And I'm going to use a piece of notepad paper that came in the collections for my journaling this time. it says something about gratitude on the bottom, so it's perfect. Probably be utilizing that a few times throughout the album. I don't want it to get too repetitive, but it's just so perfect. How could you resist using it where appropriate? So this one's just about done. I'm going to add another leaf to the top here. Something, leaves, I need something just to tie the design together. You can see I really struggled with the placement on these leaves, but I'm going to make it work. I really struggled with where I wanted them to go. I really did. I wanted them to look like they were incorporated into the design, but not look like they were just floating. So I just struggled a little bit. I'm going to include a little word bit up here just to finish it off. Then I'm going to move to the last page in this video. In the future, the videos will be a little bit longer because I'm going to include 7 days or 6 days in each video, but I only had 3 to start with here, so that's where we're going. So this one, I'm thankful for A, libraries, and B, the wisdom of those who came before me. So I'm on a kind of a business kick right now, so I'm reading a lot of business and personality books and taking a lot of notes, and so I wanted to talk about how awesome it is that you can get any book for free, well, almost any book, for free at the library and read the wisdom of those who came before you or those who do what you do, or get the knowledge of people who are just successful in a way that you want to be successful. So I have a photo of the books that I'm currently reading plus a picture of me reading the book. And I wanted to hide the journaling here just because I could. Basically, I didn't want it to distract. So I'm going to create another flip, but this one's going to flip up and it's going to have a place for hidden journaling. So I want to move this down a little bit or something and cover up that Scotch tape. I want to make sure that you can see the sentiment on the page before, but I don't want it to be too high. So that's kind of what I'm working with here. And I actually draw a half circle, and I'm going to snip off the half circle top of this just to make it more visually interesting rather than just cutting it straight across. Yeah, I like it. I need something, or I'm going to need something in between the photo and the bottom of that card just for balance, but for right now, that works perfect. And I'm going to take another one of these notebook papers and I'm going to adhere it. I'm going to first adhere it here to the bottom and trim it off. Trying not to cut the tape while I do that. And then I'm going to adhere it to the back of the photo. And that's going to make it a little hard to write, but I'll survive. But now I have a nice flip of hidden journaling that's going to be super fun to interact with. There we go. Make sure it's all stuck down. Then I need to create a title on the other side and decorate. So I'm pulling out the letter stickers and I'm going to create a title that says "Thankful for Free Wisdom," which I think encompasses the library aspect and the subject matter well. Notch it into a banner because that's what I do. Also, you get the washi tape going here that says "Thankful, Grateful," but I'm going to put it on this side instead. Sorry for my head. It happens sometimes. That bridges the gap between that sentiment and the photo. I think I need something else up there as well, though, so kind of looking around to see what I want to add. But this is this video just about all done here. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you, and if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Tracy M. Reed. There is a link in the description box below and a link on the header of my channel. Not hard to find. So I will see you next time. All right, thank you.